Okay, everyone, I'm back. Let me go get Case here for a second. But like I was saying, you know, EA Sports, they don't have to worry about always updating their stuff. They don't have to worry about recreating because they just have to go back to what they had before. All they do is update the graphics, maybe what teams certain players have gone to and been drafted to. That's all they have to do. And the graphics do get improved, I admit that, and sometimes the camera angles. There's no doubt about it. You take a look at Madden 13, it's a good example of what I'm saying. But, like I said in the first part, I think I said this in the first part, you know what they also do, what EA Sports also does, to help improve even the college game series, is nowadays, whether it's complicated, whether it's easy for some of us or not, and whether it was a smart move on their part or not, they actually allow you to still create your team at their team builder site, and then go onto this, I guess, the server through the game, and then through the game go onto the server, and then somehow upload or download your team there so you can play them in the game. And again, it may not be probably the smartest move EA Sports made, but at least it helps make the game smoother, the actual physical game itself smoother, in a sense that you don't see that many glitches, bugs, or anything. And even the online is pretty cool as well. And the same can be said, like I said, for Madden NFL, Madden 13. There's not many changes. There's not many changes whatsoever. And again, like I said, with the exception of graphically and camera angle wise and like what players got traded to where or signed with who and drafted, it's no different. It is different, but it's no different than the year before because they already have the system on file there. They already have everything on file. They don't have to recreate, and that's what THQ does. They recreate. They recreate, and all they have to do is follow the same kind of example EA Sports does, and that's just say, okay, let's just keep things the way they are. Let's keep this game like this, let's keep that game, let's keep this stage similar, maybe tweak it a little bit, add the year maybe, or how old it is, and that's it. You don't have to worry about it being different or being identically matching to the year before. As long as it's similar to what you had before, it's fine. You don't have to worry about anything else. And to me, it would help out. It would help them basically. It would help them out basically by giving them more time to work out any bugs or glitches they may have. Allow them to have more time to work on smoothing out the online play so you don't have no lag. As well as making sure that when anybody uploads a creation of theirs, whether it's an arena, a logo, a story, or even, and more importantly, a character, it allows them to make sure that that creation doesn't have no flaws, doesn't have no bugs. And that's one thing I think they need to improve on when they do a sequel to this, or them and whoever else probably works with them. They need to probably put some into the community creations upload portion that basically says, okay, that basically acknowledges whether a file that's being uploaded to community creations or creation that's being uploaded is either good or bad. So let's say if you're uploading a created character, one of the improvements they can do is, let's say all of a sudden the thing just stops and it says bad file or bad creation. Then it will allow the person to probably have to delete the thing and say, okay, what do we do? And or delete it and then redo it or do something or recreate another one or do something. The point I'm trying to make is it would give them enough time to do a lot of these things and improve on them. So one of the improvements, again, I guess what I'm trying to say, and I should have just straight out said it, is just keep the same kind of arenas that you've had before. Yeah, maybe recreate certain arenas like say the Rumble and Mania and maybe Chamber because they're the first 3 pay-per-views of the year. But everything after Mania, just leave the same and maybe tweak here and there. Don't try to recreate something different every year. And speaking of improvements, another thing they can improve on for next year is being able to use more of the environment. I mean, it's great that you get to use weapons and stuff like guitars and cups of sodas and crutches, whatever that the fans bring to you. But give them more options as well. Besides just going under the ring and getting like a steel chair or a ladder or a kendo stick or whatever. Allow the fans to also have that. Allow the fans to let you pick out those same kind of items from them. And not just that either. But speaking of environments, now that you have the whole crash through the barricade system, allow fans to capitalize on that. Allow fans to capitalize on it by letting them use the broken barricade as a weapon. And then let them use parts of the announce table after they break it as a weapon. Allow them to use the monitors. Make it more accessible. That's something they need to improve on next year. Allow more environmental involvement. Heck, you want to make it as real as what we see on television? Here's what you do. If it's a falls count anywhere match or something, if it's extreme rules, allow them to go to the back area. I mean, this is one thing that WCW did when they teamed with EA Sports for Mayhem. They were allowed to transition from on screen to the back. They were allowed to do that, and they didn't have to worry about doing it just in a story mode or in a certain mode or anything. They got to do it, online. I mean, not online, but they got to do it in the match themselves. They didn't have to worry about playing a certain mode to do it or doing a certain action to do it. They just got to do it. And to me, that is exactly what they need to do. They need to make that an improvement. They need to allow us that when we do an Extreme Rules match or Last Man Standing match or I Quit or whatever, to go around, not in the arena, but to go around into the backstage area and continue the fight and then come back. Heck, even allow the staging area to be used as well. I mean, stop having the player or stop having the character stop like before they fall down. Oh, get kind of blocked by an invisible wall. An improvement they can make going into WWE'14 is allow for the oh my god moments to be used for the stage as well. Not just for the barricade, not just for the superplex to the floor, the superplex that breaks the ring, or the announce table, or whatever. Or the oh my god moment too where you do a catch and finisher. No. What they need to do as an improvement is allow the staging area to also be used in some manner. Like for example, take a character and let's say there's a video screen, and we've seen this happen on WWE. Whether it's 1 or 2 or 3 finishes you gotta have stored. Have a character like so groggy that they're near this video screen area, this video screen area, the Titantron below the Titantron, or the Tron that's below the Titantron, and then have them turn around, have them press the oh my god moment button, and then just throw the character in there. I mean, that would be a huge improvement. Very huge improvement. But not just that. And not just the possibility of choke slamming someone off the stage, or powerbombing them, or tossing them. I mean, doing something. I mean, heck, if you got a staging area where they can climb up, and you have somebody go after them there, have an oh my god moment there to where you just toss the person down. I mean, those are improvements that could really help out. that can really help out. And I think those are what they need to do for WWE'14 should one get made, with THQ alone or with whoever buys into it. And not just that. Another one as well is to create a championship mode. Yeah, it's hidden away in my WWE and in title management and all that. But don't just give us a selection of already established championships of current WWE and past WWE and past WCW and ECW and AWA. As well as some self-made championships as well. No, allow us to go back to what we did years ago when it was SmackDown vs. Raw. I think it was, I don't know if it was 09 or 10 or whatever one it was, the last time you were able to do this, but allow us from scratch to create our own championships. Allow us to create our own championships from scratch, our own faceplates, our own plates, our own, everything, our own plates, our own belt style, everything. Allow us to do that. That is a huge improvement that needs to be done. And THQ knows this. WWE Games and THQ, they know this. But not just that. Also have more name options. Not just some regular names and everything. Have a lot of regular names. They have my name, Brian, in there. They have my nephew's name, Andrew, in there. They have one of my best friends' names, Lance Walker. Both Lance and Walker in there. Give us more options. You know what I'm saying? And not just more options with real names and everything, but give us more options with more words. I mean, there are people that create characters based on personalities they see on YouTube, right here on YouTube. I mean, I recently created Sean of Sean's View Entertainment. And what I have to do is basically have the announcer go, Sean VE. Me or anybody else that creates him would love to have something that says, Sean View Entertainment. Or something like that. It's an improvement that they can work on by adding more real names and more words. I'm just saying. Those are things they need to really work on to make it more of a realistic, not just more realistic, but more of an inviting and more interactive experience. And not just that, but you want to work on the connect. Xbox, they like to imply. Xbox, they like to, well, not imply, but they like to always integrate the connect into the system. Same as the PlayStation 3, they like to integrate the PS Move. The Wii, probably do the same thing with the Wii U. They like to integrate certain things. Here's what you do. With the Kinect, you got a microphone in there, right? You can talk to the thing. Allow yourself to record your own commentary. I mean, THQ should know this by now. WWE Games should know this by now. Let me check my time. But, they should know this by now, that people like to create their own promotions, do their own fantasy promotions, as well as do their own, as we call them, CPV, created pay-per-views, to be showcased on YouTube, Blimp, or Vimeo. And they should know that people would like to do their own announcing instead of having to go through all the trouble of the computer. Hold on a second, I'll be back.